When it comes to success in any aspect of life, there are a few traits that just about all successful people have in common. Today we will be talking about the holy grail of success books, and that's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Welcome to Mentor My Life. Person A wakes up in the morning. He told himself that he would start waking up early and go for a run every morning. When he gets up, he notices that it's raining outside and he says, "Oh, I guess it's raining. I have to go for a run tomorrow." Later on that day, it's time for him to get to work on his online business, but his Wi-Fi doesn't seem to be working. There isn't anything he can do about it, so he just jumps on the sofa and turns on the TV. After a few hours, he gets up to get himself a snack, but he notices that his wife forgot to go grocery shopping, so there isn't anything for him to eat. This makes him mad, and he ends up getting into an argument with her about it. Him and his wife go to bed angry in hopes that tomorrow will be better. Person B wakes up in the morning. He also told himself he would start going for a run every morning. He notices that it's raining. He goes back inside, grabs his keys, and heads off to the local gym. When he returns, he gets to work on his online business, but his Wi-Fi isn't working. He grabs his laptop and he heads down to the local library. On his way home, his wife gives him a call and tells him that she forgot to go buy groceries, so he makes a quick stop and buys a few things. When he gets home, his wife makes dinner and they both go to bed happy, knowing that tomorrow will be even better. What's the difference between person A and person B? Their situations are the same, but person A focuses on the things that he can't control and is in reaction to them. Person B focuses on the things he can control and is proactive about them. Habit number 1 is be proactive. Most people graduate high school not knowing what they want to do in college, so they enroll anyway and just take a few general education classes. Along the way, they try out different courses to see what career they might like to pursue. They pick something like economics, and after a few semesters, they realize that they actually want to go into nursing, so they switch their major. After about 5 to 7 years, they get their degree and finally get into the workforce. But there are a few people that know very early on exactly what they want to do when they get into college. So before they begin, they map out exactly what courses they will have to take to get their degree as fast as possible so they can get to work and start making money. Because they began their college days already knowing what they wanted to do, they finish school early and get their degree in about 3.5 years. They get the job they wanted and are making great money. Habit number 2 is begin with the end in mind. If I asked you what are the most important things in your life, you would probably say things like my health, my goals, and my family. And I highly doubt that you would give me answers like my social media, watching TV, and going out for the weekend. But there's a big difference between what we say and want and what we actually do. Most people's day goes a little like this. They wake up in the morning, grab their phones, and start scrolling through social media, emails, or any text messages that they might have gotten at night. Then, when they finally feel like getting up, they make themselves breakfast while they watch a little TV. They'll do a few chores up until it's time to go to the job that they don't like. The job drains them of their energy and it runs so late that when they get home, they go straight to bed. They wake up day after day and do the same thing until the weekend finally comes along. They then round up their friends, go bar hopping, and spend the entire weekend hungover. Once Monday comes along, they just repeat the process. If you did what you said was important to you, then your day might go a little different. You'd wake up early, and because your health is important, you'd get to the gym for a little workout. After that, you'd run home, eat breakfast with your beautiful wife and kids. You've always dreamed about running your own personal development company, so you pop open your laptop and you start to work on your business. Once the weekend comes along, you plan a little family trip down to the beach and you enjoy your time relaxing. Then, on Monday, you are happy to get back to doing what you have to do to become successful and live the life of your dreams. Habit number 3 is put first things first. Now imagine that you and your friend both want to start your own business. You're both into very similar things, so you both start your business in the same niche, which essentially makes you guys each other's competitors. But because you guys are friends, instead of competing against each other, you take your friend's product and you market it to your customers. Your friend takes your product and he markets to his customers. And since you guys are in a similar niche, your customers love his product and his customers love your product. You both double your sales and you both become huge and successful. Most people think that to win, somebody else needs to lose. They go off and try to steal their competitors' customers. This can be counterproductive because people can sense when somebody's being manipulative. And because the other company sees that you're essentially trying to steal their customers, they start a smear campaign which runs you out of business. The trick then is to only engage in deals where both parties win and have something to gain. If one person is losing or not winning as much as the other, that can build resentment and be detrimental to you in the long run. Habit number 4 is think win-win. Most conversations consist of one person talking while the other person waits to respond. People go back and forth, and by the end, neither one has changed their stance on the topic, nor can either person even recall what the other points the other person made during the conversation. This is how people negotiate, this is how people argue, and this is how some people even give advice. The best way to get someone to agree with you is first listen to everything they might have to say. By doing this, you can fully understand where the person is coming from, and you are able to put yourself in their shoes. When they see that you fully understand them, then they will be a lot more inclined to listen to what you have to say. And now, because you know exactly where they stand, you can tailor what you have to say in such a way that they will more easily relate to it. Doing this, you can negotiate better deals. You can diffuse the argument so the other person is actually agreeing with you instead of you both fighting. And when you give advice, people will feel like you truly understand them, so they will take your advice to heart. Habit number 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. There are 3 types of relationships. The first type are dependent relationships. This is where both people are extremely dependent on their other person to feel positive emotions, security, and enjoyment. If their partner misbehaves or acts in a way that they don't like, this can send someone in a dependent relationship into a severe depression. They feel extremely lonely, and it is very hard for them to enjoy anything on their own. You can think of this type of relationship as 1 + 1 = 0. The next type of relationships are independent relationships. This type of relationship is a lot better than a dependent relationship because both partners are secure within themselves. They rely on themselves for the majority of the time, but they come together when they feel like it. In this type of relationship, jealousy and neediness doesn't really occur. You both enjoy each other's time, and you both know when each other needs to be left alone. These relationships don't experience much trouble, but their bonds and sense of love for each other isn't really too strong either. You can think of this type of relationship as 1 + 1 = 2. But the best type of relationship is an interdependent relationship. This is where 2 partners are in complete synergy. Synergy is where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Both partners have a very strong sense of self and have the ability to be independent, but have chosen to completely open up and become vulnerable to each other. In a relationship like this, trust is at an all-time high, and both partners magnify each other's strengths and protect each other's weaknesses. You can think of this type of relationship as 1 + 1 = 11. Habit number 6 is synergize. Now imagine that you want to go cut down a tree, but your saw has a dull blade. You wouldn't go try to cut the tree down because it would take you forever to cut it down. You first go sharpen it, and then you start to cut the tree down. This concept works in real life as well. If you want to start a business, then do some research on how to market, how to sell, and how to create a product. If you want to be healthy, then learn some things about diet and exercise. If you want to be happy in relationships, read a few books on relationships. Habit number 7 is sharpen the saw. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment down below, and share with your friends. Catch you guys next time.